Drawing Oona Chaplin by Boyd Campbell.
This is Oona Chaplin, drawn in pencil on paper. An actress and activist, you may know her from her work on Game of Thrones, Avatar, and Taboo. 39 now, she was 35 when this was taken. You may also know her from her grandfather, whom they called the Little Tramp. He was the first movie star. I've decided to drastically increase my output of visual art, like once a day. Creating is a discipline. It's a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. Recently, a friend asked if she could watch me paint. I've had loads of beautiful women ask if I would paint or draw them. The product is in frames around my apartment. They think it will be like in Titanic, where they are the subject of a "draw me like one of your French girls" moment. It's not. It's either a useless gesture drawing and a nice conversation, or an actually good drawing where the focus is on the paper, not her. Asking to watch me draw someone else, that was new. It was one of the most intimate and vulnerable moments I've ever experienced. She asked me to write about it. From the numbers I can see, How I Paint is my most popular story by almost 50%, and it's just a few days old. I was terrified to publish it. Writing it was unique. Allowing myself to become lost in the moment seems to be powerful. You might notice that Chaplin is what I call a raven. She has dark eyes and dark hair. Part Spanish, she's a particular kind of raven who also has olive skin. This is a creature of immense power to me. You don't get to know why. Jesus was an olive-skinned raven. So was Miguel de Cervantes. So are people in my life. To me, they are people of the earth and children of the stars. Oona O'Neill was just 18 when she married Charlie Chaplin, who was 36 years older. They remained married for 34 years. Oona buried the Little Tramp. O'Neill's father, Eugene O'Neill, despised Chaplin. Chaplin had 3 wives already, all considerably younger than he, all broken on his eccentric and self-destructive ways. O'Neill's greatest work is Long Day's Journey into Night, a story about his own tragic youth. People around the world assumed Oona saw some sort of opportunity to mend her broken father in Chaplin. From what I've read, some written by her, this may be true. Oona saw something incredibly wounded in Charlie and sought to mend it. Charlie and Oona were both ravens. Black Irish, Chaplin was born a factory child in London. Oona was born the granddaughter of Irish immigrants. However peculiar their lives were, they loved each other deeply until the day she buried him. In rehab, people began to notice a considerable acceleration in my recovery when I started drawing, painting, and writing. Creating is the energy that sustains me. I think I've always known that certain olive-skinned ravens restored me and made me stronger. I denied this for a long time. I wonder if that contributed to how my life broke. When I was living in the cave, I created almost nothing, sometimes less than nothing. It contributed to my decay. Talking to my friend Maria, I said, "You really don't know how much I missed your counsel." People thought I was sneaking into Sanders' dorm because she was pretty. I never once touched her and never particularly thought about it. Spending time with Maria was like plugging in my phone to recharge. That's why I snuck in. As Hitler began to take over Europe, the United States remained separate from the conflict. There was a massive German population in the United States, and fascist ideals didn't seem all that different from some aspects of American regionalism. Roosevelt is accused of unscrupulous things to get us into World War II. To be honest, they're all true. It's an issue that's so large, I don't feel like I can judge him. Had he not done it, we would either be speaking German or Russian now. In 1940, Charlie Chaplin, the Little Tramp, the silent movie star, made a sound picture called The Great Dictator. Coming from a poor working-class family, Chaplin never lost his passion for poor and working-class people. He distrusted governments. In this decidedly anti-fascist film, Chaplin is confused for a dictator who looks almost exactly like him, because they wear the same mustache. Often painted on, Chaplin's famous mustache was never real. Hitler's nearly identical mustache was. There are several beautiful moments in the film. In one part, Chaplin does a mime ballet with an inflatable world globe, symbolizing one man's ambition. Toward the end of the film, still confused with the dictator, the little tramp gives a speech over the radio broadcast to the world, often called the greatest speech. Charlie, the silent film star, speaks to the dignity of men and the corruption of power. He calls for men to stand up for themselves and for goodness. It's a remarkably powerful speech. In America, J. Edgar Hoover saw this speech and decided the little tramp was a communist. He was not. He was a strong advocate for working people, but so was Roosevelt. Hoover arranged for Chaplin's American visa to be revoked. The little tramp, the first American movie star, was locked out of America. It always seemed ironic to me that communism has never been illegal in America. Even if he was a communist, which he was not, revoking his visa on those grounds alone is blatantly illegal. By 1972, Chaplin's visa was restored, but he refused to return. The American Academy of Motion Pictures invited him to the Oscar ceremony to receive a special Lifetime Achievement Award. After more than 20 years, Chaplin returned to the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion to receive an award honoring his incalculable effect on making motion pictures a 20th century art form. Oona sat in the audience. As the little tramp ascended the stage, his friends, peers, students, admirers, and family members applauded for an unheard of 12 minutes before he could speak.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
If this were a letter to my most precious, I would end it simply, always be.
The Life of Boyd is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber.